Hi Marshall, I'm Lara. I would like to ask, what is NFP?
The non-farm payrolls figure is very straightforward. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics calls up a lot of companies every month and asks them how many people they employ. That's called the non-farm payrolls. In other words, how many people were on the payroll of companies, excluding farms. The monthly change in that number shows how many jobs were added or lost in the U.S. economy that month. The change in non-farm payrolls is the most important economic statistic to come out every month. There are three reasons why it's so important. First off, it's a good indicator of the health of the U.S. economy. When companies are hiring, it means business is good. Also, more people working means more people spending. And that's important when 70% of the U.S. economy is consumption. Secondly, it's the first bit of official economic data that we get every month. The figures are released on the first Friday of each month for the previous month, so usually only a few days after the end of the month that they cover. Other official data for that month might come out a month or even 2 months later. But probably the biggest reason it's so important is that officials at the U.S. Federal Reserve, the U.S. central bank, put a lot of weight on them when setting policy. Most central banks are only required to control inflation, but the Fed has what's called a dual mandate. The law that establishes the Fed as the central bank of the U.S. says that it must promote effectively the goals of maximum employment, stable prices, and moderate long-term interest rates. So, a change in the employment situation can cause the Fed to change interest rates. As the U.S. approaches maximum employment, the Fed is more likely to raise interest rates. And interest rates are the key variable for the FX market, and indeed for all other financial markets. So the non-farm payrolls nowadays are the key to Fed policy, and the Fed is the key to the direction of the dollar. This is Marshall Gittler, Head of Investment Strategy at FXPRIMUS. Ask me a question.